Hi and welcome back to another episode of Knights HQ podcast brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. Maxwell provides labour hire and apprenticeships for the region's best manufacturing, mining services, engineering trades, construction work sites and global OEMs. Maxwell is currently recruiting for the 2024 apprenticeship intake. So if you're a hard-working school leaver or if you are experienced in your industry already, give them a call. Jump on the Maxwell website now and give them a call, or, that's where all their information is. Matt Croker is here with me. Have you been on the Maxwell website to check it out? I'm sure you have.
I have. Of course I have, mate. The big sponsors of the show. You're getting better at that. Those reads are getting harder and harder.
Yeah, I started and I was like, yeah, we're sweet. Wow, this is getting more. Yeah, the list is getting bigger. Yeah,
words are getting longer. They're getting tongue-tied. How are you, Jay? It's been a while since we've done this. We had the girls on last week.
We did, and it was great to have them on. Week leading up to their first round, they had a big win. Some say probably one of the greatest Saturdays in Newcastle's history out there. That was good for the back-to-back. Now,
and my man over here, he was on. He was on, eh? He's mowing lawns, cutting grass. Welcome, Lachlan Fitzgibbon.
Thank you, guys.
How are you?
Really pumped to be here. Super excited.
We'll talk about tries. My co-host.
Oh, yeah, I got one.
One of the greats.
Just got there.
Mate.
That was one of the great tries.
It was one of the and
honestly.
It was funny. My vantage point, I was on the touchline, but I was on the western corner.
Yep.
And I saw the kick go through. And as I saw the kick, I went to put the camera up to see what I obviously get.
Yeah.
And I saw Frizz fall over.
Yeah.
And then the ref ran past me. So I didn't actually see you come through.
Yeah.
And then I see you forward roll. Everyone loses it. You've put the finger up. I'm like, I think you got to that.
It's funny because when you're on the footy field and there's like a close call, everyone runs in after the try and
Yeah.
Did you score? You're not really celebrating. You sort of go like, did you get it? Did you get it? And because I'm usually the bloke going, did you get it? Because if they didn't, I'm going to have to defend again. And and I remember like as all the boys were running in, I was going, I got it. I swear to God, I got it. I knew I got it. But
it was one of the great tries, and for a front rower
to get there.
Geez, that's
it's funny. Frizz been pegging me all week because he said he goes, I fell over. He goes, I probably would have got there and made less of a deal about it. But so Frizz been.
It wasn't too dissimilar to Frizz's last year against the Tigers.
Yeah, that's right. When
yeah. Yours in the context things, yours is probably a bit better.
Yeah, we'll say that for now.
Boys, how was it? How was it out there? Like, as I said, we obviously Jimmy and I we work for the club, so we were obviously proud as punch, and the atmosphere was electric. But being a player, it must be a whole nother level.
Yeah, it was, especially for me. I think the last game we beat them was it 2015 or 14?
I think they were saying 15.
I don't remember 15.
I think 14 was when Gids kicked it from the sideline, but a lot of people were saying 15. I can't remember the 15 game.
It is 15, right, Jimbo? Yeah, what up?
Yeah,
we're looking it up.
Whatever it was, in my 120 odd games.
You know what I think it was? I think it was when Bedsy was an interim coach.
Nah, because that's when I was in and around the playing group, and I don't
remember.
Thought I would have.
Yeah, right.
But anyway, whatever it was for my odd 120 games, and I think was it 11 games we've versed them since.
8 years. Yeah,
I've been smacked a few times against the Storm.
Well, we got done by 50 last year.
Yeah, and so for me, on a personal note, not only for the club, but for me, it was the last team I haven't beaten in the NRL.
Oh, really?
There you go.
So
that's so good.
Yeah, pretty special. Well,
yeah, Jimbo, what do you got?
Special. What do you got for Jimmy?
So we got last time we beat Melbourne was in 2015 down in Melbourne. The score was 20-6 to the Knights.
What round was that?
That round was...
It was late. I think that was when Sione...
round 24.
Yeah, so it was late.
So was Bedsy maybe the interim coach? Did I get that part right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was Bedsy. Round 24, it would have been.
Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
Is that the last time Lachie Fitz will go against you with
that was
football encyclopedia work?
Me and Fitz, we bounce off each other because we like to rate ourselves as pretty knowledgeable.
That was...
Bedsy was the coach.
Yeah.
Gids, Tyrone Roberts and Tarek Sims scored.
There you go.
Oh, Tarek.
Yeah.
And
Playing
Cameron
for the
Munster
other
scored
team.
for the Storm, playing at fullback.
But I tell you what, the crowd the other day was probably the
was
best.
electric.
Yeah, I reckon it's the best I've ever got to experience. I tell you what, the Penrith game this year was... I think there was 26,000 there.
Yeah.
That was off its head.
Yeah.
But then this one, I think there was only about 20 to 21,000.
Yeah,
But
just
they
under
were,
21.
They were louder. They were, and they got right behind us. And if it wasn't for them, we probably, defensive efforts probably don't.
I was going to say
that
that defensive effort in the second half. That's when they really
they
got
turned it up.
and it was. But that's the thing. That's the thing about our fan base.
Yeah, I know.
They don't applaud the flashy stuff's great, but when you can tell you're putting in the hard work,
it's when you defend them
and
well.
you're defending,
It's crazy,
and they really
they'd rather see us,
Yeah.
which is special, defend really well on a goal line than
Yeah.
for us to score 60 points.
Actually, they're really knowledgeable too. Like they know when.
Well, we know how hard that is.
Yeah, and they know when you need it, sort of thing. Like they know when you're struggling, and then they get behind you.
And especially against that opposition.
Yeah.
Like they're no
Yeah,
slouches.
Nah.
That far from their
That
from the line.
spine, that spine's as good as I'll get. So
Yeah. So boys,
Great win.
Congratulations,
Great
really
win.
good.
First time I've versed Melbourne too, actually.
Yeah, really?
So there you go. Yeah, I hadn't versed. I've
Very few people that have 100%
Well,
success rate against Melbourne.
because I broke my jaw last year. That was when I missed them
right
first, sort of like from round 4 to 8 or whatever it is. I missed those.
Gotcha.
All right, Fitz, we've got a player quiz.
Yeah, mate. So what we do around here is we sort of question about your own career and see how well you know your own career.
I reckon you'll go right at this. I reckon you will go right at this.
I think you're going to be good. You're looking at me right now, and for people that watch on YouTube, you don't look very confident, but I reckon you'll go all right.
It's not like I'm a 300 gamer. So.
I
don't have to remember that
You
many
know what
games.
I checked last night. You score every 3.5 games.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, look.
Where do you find that stat from?
No. I did it in my head. So it was like 115 games, 32 tries or something like that.
Okay,
So-
gotcha.
And then I just worked it out on a calculator.
Yeah.
Fits.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Wow.
Because he dropped the 40 bomb to me yesterday, so he was on that route. You know, he goes, 40 tries, whatever. Bit short.
Yeah, but what was it when I was 33?
Wait, nothing wrong with the roundup, brother.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of disallowed.
A couple of double movements.
All right, mate. So we always start with your debut. Yours was in round 21, 2015.
Correct.
What number did you get assigned on the Knights on a roll?
261.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
can't
man.
forget that.
Nah,
Just
yeah.
Funny story. I'm 261, and I debuted on the same day as Nathan Ross. Shout out to Rossi if you're listening. He's a massive fan of the podcast.
Yep. Avid listener.
He was 262, and to this day, he's filthy about it. He started the game.
Oh, right. Yeah,
and
right.
I come off the bench, and he got 262. So to this day, he's filthy.
How does it work? I've never
is it
even thought about
alphabetical,
this.
isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's what I thought.
Well,
If you debut on the same day?
yeah, it must be. That's I assume so.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
But it might have changed since 2015.
Rossi to this day.
I thought so
still-
because I think Dill Lucas is in front of Thomas Cant, and they debuted in the same game.
Yeah.
Did
we have like 4 people debut? on
three
that?
that day?
3, yeah.
Three.
So yeah,
Right,
261.
Jimmy might know.
It's based on your alphabetical order. So if you debut in the same game,
Yep.
it goes off. So obviously F for you, Ross.
Yeah, for last name.
Later.
Last name, yeah, right. Yeah, there you go.
Unlucky,
There it is.
Unlucky Rossi.
Unlucky. 262 for the Ross dog. Okay. Who did you score your first career try against?
Remember this one? It was the Cowboys up there, North Queensland, off a Trent Hodgkinson grubber.
Was
the
it?
goal. I think we're getting beaten 44-0 or something. And I
Oh,
scored
oi.
as a little grubber in the in goal.
Actually.
Out of nothing. And I think I scored maybe the only point that day and we lost 44-4 or 6.
Can I ask a question? Was this the same day Sione captained the club for the first time, or was that 2017?
Yeah, not sure.
Because I remember this. I made my under-20s debut
Was it up there?
up there, and I was only sort of 16, 17, and the boys were like, oh, look, we will go out afterwards, make sure you pack your bags.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cool. We go up there. Sione captained the club for the first time, become the youngest captain. We got done by 50. You boys got done by 50. And BC, Brian Canavan goes, no one's going out. And none of us were allowed out. I remember going, oh, well, there's my first experience in Townsville.
How'd I go, Jim?
Yeah, Cowboys 46, Knights 16.
Oh, so there's a couple
16.
of tries.
Close.
We got 3 captains here: Trent Hodgkinson, Tarek Sims, and Jeremy Smith.
Nah, so it must have been 2017.
Yeah, okay.
There you go.
It might have been later. Anyway.
Mate, according to Rugby League Project, it's NRL Stats website, which teammate have you played alongside the most in your career? Now, we've got 3 here, so
Just NRL games, I'm assuming.
Yeah, NRL.
we'll give you a point per...
Yeah,
Per
we'll give you
player?
a point per player. There's 3 here.
Yeah. It would have to be a current teammate?
No. Anyone.
Anyone
Oh, well,
in your
I don't wanna
career.
give too much
If
away.
we say that, it'll give
Well,
away.
I assume Mitch Barnett then. If you're
Mitch
not giving
Barnett
away.
is one of them. Yeah,
he is.
Barnes, yeah. You see how clever he is, right?
Yeah,
he drops
yeah,
the
yeah,
little
yeah.
R, right? And we
Loaded
took
question.
the
yeah, I love it.
Well, and I'd have to... Jacob missed a bit, so I go Daniel.
Daniel's one of them.
Okay. And you gave me a bit of a... So it's not Jacob the third one.
Oh, mate, you're answering the questions.
I'm just... I'll go Denny Levi.
Oh, Jacob was
Jacob
the other.
Jacob,
yeah. So you've played with Daniel 92 times.
Yep.
92 games, together.
Yep.
Jacob 85 games and Barnes 82 games.
That's how we do it, Croaks. They try and outsmart us, bro.
Jacob. Yeah, right. Oh, the only reason I didn't say Jacob because
he got injured there,
and Denny was playing a lot.
Yeah.
But look, I haven't played with Denny the last 2 years.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a bit silly.
All right, how many times have you scored 2 tries in a game?
Ooh. See if I can remember. There was one game against the Dragons. There was one game up at North Queensland.
Yeah.
Maybe against the Titans. There's 3. I'm gonna go 4.
Oh, you've given yourself a lift. We've got 2 here.
Oh, what?
Yeah. See, I thought the number would have been higher too.
Oh, wow, Mike could be way off.
As soon as you went, there's 2.
Yeah.
And
He goes,
I was like,
3. I was going, keep going, Fitz, keep going. Round it up to 10, brother.
I definitely remember the Dragons one. It was down there.
I thought it might have been a bit higher too.
Unless we've got it wrong, surely not.
Against Cowboys.
Here we go.
I've got one against Cronulla in 2017, one of the later rounds, round 26.
Yep.
And
That was old boys' day. I remember that one.
the second one is against the Cowboys,
There's your Cowboys one.
round 2018.
Maybe your Dragons one was disallowed. Another disallowed one.
Who else did I say? Titans.
You said Titans.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I'm wrong.
I love the amount of Jimbo features on this fact check.
fact checks.
Some good early touches, Jimbo. Keep it up.
All right, next one.
Last one.
Sorry, last one. Which team have you played against the most in your career? There's 2. There's your hint.
These are tough ones, I reckon.
Yeah.
Career. Oh. Let's go. I'm just trying to think.
They can't all be gimmies, you know. You gotta,
I'll go the Tigers.
Bum bum.
Oh, I could name
That's
any
all right.
team. Sharks.
I'll give you one more guess. Give you
Warriors.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you him for the last one. Think rivalry.
Oh, Manly.
Manly. Yeah,
Warriors,
so you
Manly,
versed
yeah.
both of them 11 times.
Yeah. No, that's
11 times each.
So what are we doing here?
I don't know. He went
What-
all right. He went all right. He went
I'm
pretty
gonna
good.
go. If there's 5, let's give him 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4, yeah, he went good. He went good.
All right, sweet.
He went good.
yeah.
Do you ever sit back and look at your career, Fitz? Like,
Not yet.
no, I don't mean it like that.
yeah.
I just mean like, you know, sometimes when like,
Well, we had your 100th this year.
yeah.
That would have given you a chance
like
to put a
this,
little
yeah.
bookmark or something in there,
look,
you know?
That was special. That was
Because it was a rocky road to your 100th. It wasn't a clean path.
No, absolutely. And it's taken me a bit. Look, I debuted in 2015, albeit it was just the one game. But the 100th, that was probably a point where I did look back. You know, for a couple of years there, it took me over 2 years. I think, you know, I played 10 and 12 games or something the previous 2 years, thinking I was going to get it way back in 2020 and it never happened. But yeah, look, yes and no. I will definitely look back when, you know, at the end, probably the end of this night's journey. I probably will do that fair bit of reflection. But for the moment, I like looking back on games, especially when you're coming up against different opposition like the Storm. I like reminiscing on special games, but yeah, probably in a few years it will be.
Is there any games that pop in your mind, like anything that you sort of sticks out during your journey here?
You know what? That Cowboys game that I did score 2 tries. We'd gone up there, and I don't think it was against. Obviously, they had a stack side. What was that in 2017? Did you say?
Yeah, 2017.
So they'd won the comp. Yeah,
they made the grand final 2017.
Yeah. So and then I was lining up against Jonathan Thurston at that in that game. Sorry, I was playing on the right edge, just playing on the left.
Yeah.
And I think I was with Cogs. I think it was, and I'm not trying to big note, but I scored 2 tries, and it was like on JT's edge, obviously.
Yeah.
And I know he's not obviously renowned as his defensively player, but I just felt like that was one of them special games where we did really good against the side up there that no one gave us a chance, and you know, I had an okay day, and it was still 2017, still early in my career, so that was probably one of the big games. But funny story, we were up again. I think we were up 18-6 at half time or something, and it got to the final minute of the game, and a bit of Jonathan Thurston show and go. We lost the game.
Oh, brilliant. See, that's
memorable.
like on the weekend for me, like I've only played, I think, like a bit over 30 or something, but like the weekend's game was probably my favourite win in my NRL career so far.
Yeah,
so that one will stick in my head a fair bit.
It's
you know
funny,
what I
we've
mean?
had this year, especially, we've had the Tigers game, super memorable game.
Yeah. The Manly game was a super memorable game.
Manly, even
Mudgee.
point, even those high scoring. The Panthers game.
Yeah.
And if you'd got the job done, I know that Brisbane game was a good game. I know
that was a good game.
We've had some really memorable games like this year, and not all of them have been wins, but they're games
special,
where
and then on the weekend obviously was and then even this one
on the
left of field, the Dogs game where we broke history.
So crazy. Do you feel like, I know both you being players, if the team plays well, is that kind of the scoreboard doesn't really come into it? Because you've just talked about a couple of memorable games that the result didn't go away, but you knew that in all of those contests we were really in it and really going after it. You know?
Yeah, look, I think so, because at times you speak about sort of trusting I know this sounds very cliche, but the process rather than the result.
Yeah.
Because if you know you're doing right things and maybe you're just not getting there, at least you're on the right path. At least you're not like doing rubbish things and then getting beat. Still, you're still on the right path. And I think the last few weeks we've seen the result of we've just stuck to, even though we lost some tight games, stick at it because it'll turn. Yeah. And then on the weekend was a tight game. You know, we were up by 6 with 5 minutes to go, and then they were attacking our line, and just sticking with it, you gain yourself a bit of confidence, and you believe what you're doing works.
Yeah,
I don't know. Fitzy might be able to attest to it.
Yeah, bang on.
Even when you guys were 12-0 down on the weekend too, I was watching what you guys were doing with the ball, and I was like, they're going after it.
Yeah,
you're creating space. We're getting down the field. We're just lacking a few, you know, like one or two passes or just a little bit of polish. I said, as soon as this ball sticks, we'll be okay. I was out on the field, 8 minutes to go in the half. I was like, I better go in. I got to get our content ready for the halftime and all that sort of stuff. And 3 tries, 8 minutes. I was like, well, obviously the ball started to stick a little bit.
And you're spot on. Look, that first try Mean scored.
Yeah.
You know, we actually made 30-odd metres up the left edge. And it was just Brady went for that, that extra pass, which is fine. This is our game plan. We were playing for that. And, you know, it didn't stick, like you're saying. And then they score. It's a bit like, well, hang on. Yeah, okay, they've scored. But look, we still were playing positive footy. At that moment, at 12-0 down after the next try, we were just, like Croker said, just stick to the process. And once we know we get in the ding-dong with teams, we perform well.
Can I just ask a question that just popped in my head? It's off topic. I think we said you got 33 tries. What's your favourite?
Back to the tries.
Sorry. It's very rare we get try scorers on here. We've got front rowers and stuff.
I'll tell you what was good. And again, it's this year, scoring a try on my 100th game.
Oh, that would have
pretty
been
special.
Hectic.
Yeah.
That was
like
good.
Besides obviously scoring your first, which probably wasn't as memorable game. The try on my 100th with family and friends down there, all around the boys, and hectic game. Got the points. Yeah. That's probably
keeping them out with 12 men for 30 minutes or whatever it was. Like,
so
I missed that one. I was suspended.
You were
filthy. I didn't get to play in it. Yeah. I was at home just wigging out.
Yeah. So definitely that one.
Mate, look, you've obviously made a pretty big decision this year to go to Warrington. What was the thing that sort of made you want to take on that new adventure and sort of get out of your comfort zone? Because obviously you're a Novacashian Newcastle junior. You've been here your whole playing career. What were some of the things that kind of led to that decision?
Yeah, well, like you said, I think one was probably get out of my comfort zone, and 2, I've been here all my career, almost, since I was an 18-year-old through SG ball and up through the grades. And it was always, and Croker can probably test this, and other boys, it's always something I really wanted to do is go overseas and play footy. Whether that was going to be, last year before, this year, 2 years down the track, it was something that, I'd always wanted to do. And I was off contract obviously at the end of this year. I probably thought, rugby league's weird. It works in timings and windows and opportunities. And, I was off contract obviously this year, and the timing just felt right, and the window that came up and the opportunity that came up was probably too good to pass on. And my partner Sophie, she's at we're at the point in our lives where, a change will be good for us, and we both want to go overseas, do some travel. And I still feel like I've got some good years ahead of me in football-wise. And I didn't really want to go over there at 32, 33 for a couple of years when I'm banged up and I wasn't enjoying my footy. And, I still, like I said, I still feel like I've got a few good years ahead of me. And I just felt like this time was right. It's going to a big club, going to a successful club, and whilst I can still play some good footy, which I am, I want to impact that club and in a positive way.
Like I said, you're pretty knowledgeable, Fitz, and when we're around the traps, just around training and that, we speak a fair bit about the Super League. Like, what's sort of the main thing you're looking forward to doing? Is it within the footy, or is it part of the travel aspect of just being in a different country? Yeah,
look, first and foremost, I think I'm not going over there to just
have a holiday.
Have a holiday. Yeah. No, I want to go over there and add to the footy side and hopefully get some success over there. They're on the verge right now of being a really successful footy side. They won 8 straight to start the year, and they've had a few injuries this second half of the season. But me going over there next year with a couple of new additions they're going to get next year, I think they can really fight for some silverware, whether that be the Challenge Cup or the league winners. And look, first and foremost, I want to go over there and win footy games. And it's been no secret. It's been a tough. How many years have I played? 9 years through the Knights. We haven't had much success, and that could change this year. But over my career, I haven't had that much success. So, you haven't
had much what?
So look, I think that was the attracting contributor, and off the back of that, look, we'll probably be able to do some travel like most people can over there, and again, new experience, new culture. Over the other side of the world.
Yeah. I was going to say, and obviously you guys can't speak to it too much because you both haven't played in the Super League, but is there, from the people listening that aren't a player in, first grade rugby league, is there a stylistic difference between how they play over there and how we play over here? That could be something that you're looking forward to that might
I think
change it up a little bit,
I think they talk about how it's an open attacking.
Yeah, a bit more open.
Attacking brand of footy.
Yeah.
They like to throw the ball around.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say they don't defend, but the defensive patterns are definitely different. The wrestle's probably not as prominent in the game.
So quicker play the balls, quicker rucks.
Quicker ruck speed.
Probably a little bit less line speed in terms of how quick the ruck is. You're not really sort of banging teams down in their own half, if that makes sense.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I think... Jacko Hastings has been good. He's been, he loves the Super League and he loves talking about it. He thinks a lot through the middle, because it gets wet sometimes. You can't just one out.
Yeah, you can't just
through
bog
the middle.
down
It gets bogged down. So, they have to throw the footy around. They shift, in their own end and play an attacking style, a brand of footy.
That's crazy to think that the weather dictates
plays part in how you play.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, but look, I'm sure there's obviously going to be some differences. But
who's over there, mate? Any Aussies over there?
Over at Warrington?
Yeah, Warrington. Yep.
Yeah, there's I think
Paul Vaughan.
Yeah, so there's Pete Mataudia, who I've played here with.
Oh yeah, great.
Pete Mataudia is there. There's Paul Vaughan who's over there at the moment. Josh Drinkwater, who's an Aussie, who's played a bit NRL. He's halfback over there.
I thought he was at Catlins.
Yeah, just left Catlins. So first year at Warrington, and Dufty. Yeah, so he's a fullback. Yeah, right. Dufty. So there's them 4 and a couple of other Aussies.
Well, there's a few ex-Knights boys, like Tex is over at Hull FC.
Yep. Yeah.
Cliffo is, but he'll be back. Piercy's over at Catlins, but he'll be not too sure what he's doing. So.
Yeah, no, there's a few boys over there.
Is there anything over there culture-wise that you're looking forward to? I know you're a big drill fan.
Love my UK.
Yeah. A few grime gigs and things like that.
It's more of an Ibiza party. EDM and that.
You know what? People keep saying to me, "You're gonna hate the cold." You're like, "Oh, you watch out for the cold. Watch out." You know what? I'm actually looking forward to the cold. Like, we're in winter right now. I'm getting around in boardies and t-shirt. Like, we haven't really experienced winter. Like, and I'm actually, as silly as it sounds, I might regret this after being there for a couple of years. But I'm actually looking forward to winter. I don't know. Hopefully, get a bit of snow, like White Christmas.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm not shout out to Tex. I remember Tex put up an Instagram post, and it would have been one of his first training sessions over there.
Yeah.
He literally wrote, "Is this legal?" That's how cold it was.
Tex and Clifford, they would have hated
They'd be doing no complaining.
I remember Whole FC, they picked them up, they made them like interview each other. And they asked what's been the toughest thing about the move? And I remember going, don't ask these boys about that. And they were just going,
and they got a fair bit of backlash.
Yeah, they did.
Tex was talking about he doesn't like this and this.
Oh,
and this.
really?
And the English are real patriotic. Which,
Fair enough.
And you got a bloody Aussie coming over in bag and everything English. So
well, hopefully the cold call stays put because you're going to know about it soon enough.
We'll touch base in 2 years.
But yeah, I think culture-wise, that's probably going to be the biggest shock. And but look, like I said, I'm so excited for the challenge and the new opportunity that whatever comes my way, I'm going to head on. Going to be.
So look, mate, that's down the future. Let's talk about now. Now, we can definitely see the change in the squad. You know, this year to last year, and I know we've talked about it a fair bit, but I think the win against Melbourne on the weekend really did sort of put a bit of an exclamation point on the improvement that's happened inside the group. Now, Fitz, you've been here for a long time. How do you see this year in regards to growth in the group and how it's moving forward?
Compared to last year even?
Well, just as you said, like through your career, you've had, a lot of tough slogs here in Newcastle. And this year, even though, as you said, there's been a few games that haven't gone our way, but we've been on top. And it just seems like something's moving in the right direction. The cogs are turning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Things are starting to stick.
And it's a funny one. You don't want to harp on it too much, but we're sitting 1 point outside the 8 here. We could be easily inside, top 4, top 6 if a couple of results go our way. And so, look, from the start of the year, we're still, we're in a better position where we are now than we were at the start of the year. And the start of the year, we had a really good start to the year. And, over probably previous 2 months, I wouldn't say we got bogged down a little bit, but just results, like I said, weren't really going in our favour, but we're still improving every week, which was, that's probably the most exciting part. And as Croaks alluded to earlier, I think it's starting to now all start to click after 22 rounds. And
look, the playing group is new. You know what I mean? We've got new people in the spine. We've got new faces in the back line. The other thing too, and it's cliche, but you guys can talk to this, they always say you've got to learn to win. So once you can knock a few results together, then you start to figure it out, and then it rolls from there.
Well, I remember getting asked in an interview, this might have been a couple months ago, and it was sort of at that time where we'd lost a few tight ones.
Yeah.
We just hadn't capitalised, and we'd lost them against big teams. And, it was like the Cowboys and Broncos and Penrith. And I remember they asked me, and I said, well, look, our last few years, we haven't had that experience. We haven't been close in these games, whereas they have.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot from that. And
100%.
And I remember sort of thinking, so don't shut the gates on us yet. Now that we've been in those positions, we'll learn from it. And
you learn to win.
Yeah, 100%.
And to manage games like that Penrith game, for example. That last 5 minutes, we managed it so poorly.
Yeah, so poorly. The last 25 minutes, we were so
So well, it's probably the last 20 odd minutes. But and then look back to this game against the Storm, how we
went about it,
exactly
how we defended,
and on the flip side of that, when you're losing, it becomes a habit of losing.
It does,
So it works both sides. Like I've been part of teams where losing becomes a habit, and now we've won 3 in a row. Look, we're winning. Hopefully, will become a habit over the next month of footy.
So is that the ultimate goal, boys, for this year to make the 8?
Definitely. I think it's definitely in sights, And I think we can easily do something if we're a part of that 8, Results could definitely go our way. And, the ultimate goal would be sort of 5th or 6th, get a home semi.
Yeah.
That Mac Jones would be rocking if we got a home semi. But either way, I think if we make semis, I think we can definitely shake up some results,
I don't think, and Adam said after the game, I don't think any side would want to versus it.
I don't think so.
The way, the brand of footy we're playing at the moment could worry a few teams, and we're defending pretty resilient at the moment. There's not many tries. We're not getting beaten on shape or anything. It's just little in-between moments at the moment. So, big test, obviously, against Canberra down there on the weekend. Another hurdle, but, we're looking good.
Perfect. Well, boys, we're going to take a quick break there. This is Knights HQ podcast brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to Knights HQ podcast brought to you by Maxwell Recruitment and Training. We're here with Lachlan Fitzgibbon, also Matt Croker, my co-host.
Don't forget about me.
I started saying it, I was like, do I mention Croaks? Yeah, no, do it.
And Jay Nelson.
Mate, we're going to do an Insta deep dive. We've got 3 images from your Instagram.
So if you're watching on the YouTube, you'll be able to see it. If you're listening, jump on the YouTube and have a look.
The first photo is a very young Fitzy.
A young York.
Shout out to Australia Choice Cola as well. Is that still available?
Ripping into it.
Wow. How did you see that? That's decent. Do you remember them back in the day?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't remember them. They like a...
we're a blue-collar sport.
Yeah.
The Australian Choice Cola.
They're like an Audi Coke.
Yeah.
So, Fitz, couple questions from that. Do you know where that photo was taken? And what would you tell that young fella sitting there? What are you wearing there? Is that a school uniform?
That is... So, this was... I think it would have been... So, I moved to Newcastle when I was 8. So, this would have been under 6s or under 7s. For the mighty St. Christopher's Club down in Sydney, and I think they come under Panania, St. Christopher's Rugby League. That might have been the ground. The ground, you can fact check this, Bill Delaunay Oval.
We wouldn't know anyway.
Oval.
So for the people listening that can't see it, we're looking at a young Fitz with some Madison headgear on,
Mate, that Madison
tucking into a cola after a game.
St. Christopher's Rugby League, which... that was my club that it all started.
Okay, we got this next photo here. Where is that at?
Well, I've geotagged it.
Oh, yeah, true. Sorry, mate, I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the grey hairs.
When was that? 2018.
2018.
Gee, the greys.
Can't wait to get back out on the paddock this weekend after a long month on the sideline. So that's obviously reflecting to one of your injuries that you've had throughout your career, and we talked about it before, how many setbacks you've had.
Yeah.
What's it like when you go through them fits? Like,
Did you see Connor's?
No, what's
Connor? Grub. Wait, Connor. Wait, what's the long month? Oh, this.
So
I'll tell you
must
what
have
this
been
would have been.
after,
This wasn't an injury. I actually got suspended. This is why Connor's written grub. I actually got suspended. As a crusher tackle. This is when they really
cracking down, right?
And it was against Tim Glasby actually. It was against the Storm at home.
TG.
Yeah. And I got 2 weeks and I fought it and I lost at the judiciary. So I went down there. I had a mad case. And I was going in. Yeah.
Did you defend yourself?
Nah. I thought I was going to win. Going in arguments. I'm Brian's pretty confident. I was getting pizzed by the panel, and I was like, "Oh, I got this. It's easy." I walked out super. I walked out. They deliberated for a bit. I was like, "Yeah, I've got this. I'm getting off here." Anyway,
doubled the sentence.
They upheld the sentence, which was 2 weeks. But we had 2 buys in between, so I ended up missing a month.
No way.
Yeah.
So the ghost of Watson really got us to the actual story on that one.
There you go.
But that photo, yes, obviously McDonald Jones in front of a massive crowd in probably 2018.
That's grouse.
Yeah.
That is grouse.
All right,
okay, last one, mate. You've seen this one just before. Photo of you with all your friends and family at your 100th. That's a good pick.
That's a great pick.
That is a good pick.
Obviously, Leichhardt early this year, 100 games. Pretty special.
You're not that emotional of a bloke, Fitz, but when you received your 100th off your old boy, it was good. It was good to see.
Yeah, whenever I see and my family be emotional about things, like be it my mum or my dad or even my partner, it does pull a few heartstrings.
Yeah.
For the moment, I did get a little choked up there, which is fair.
No,
yeah,
fair
100%. And that was a bloody great arvo.
Yeah.
Scoring a try, winning the game.
Yeah. Scored the first too.
Yeah.
How many of your mates would have been on old York to get first try scorer? They would have, and your mates are degenerates, mate. They would have loaded up.
They've lost a few too. But obviously, down there, special day. I think there was a bus of about 30 odd that went down for the day, and you know.
What made you more emotional? Your dad with the jersey or Jacko's cake?
Jacko's cake.
Jacko's cake was pretty good.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, he'd only been here for what three and a bit months, and for him to do.
For all the listeners, Jacko got Fitzy a cake of a Knights jersey with emblems and sponsorship on it. It was legit.
Yeah, shout out Jacko. That was pretty special. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, I'm gonna have to repay the favour on his 100th. I think he's.
No, he'd be over 100. Yeah.
Nah, not NRL. Oh,
not NRL.
Nah, I think he's on 70 or 80.
Jimmy.
So anyway. I'm gonna have to order one from over in the UK for his 100th if he's.
Well, he's tacking away here.
Well, anyway, Fitz, that's us, mate.
Yeah. Well, here we go. We're good.
I've got 82 games.
Oh, right. What's he up all up, Jimmy?
Super League says 76.
Yeah, right.
All right.
So he's played 4 finals games. So he's actually played 86.
About 150, yeah.
150 played 86 NRL games. Yeah. Finals included.
Yeah, what's plus Super League? What does that equal?
70 something.
86 plus 76. What's that?
Don't
162.
Oh, there you go.
Let's go.
That's nice, Jimmy.
All right.
Thanks, mate.
Hopefully that's right.
Hey, thanks, Fitz. Thanks for coming on, mate, on your day off. Been a great servant, brother, and we're going to miss you jumping on this podcast for us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
In the red and blue, but we got plenty more to do for the rest of the year, eh?
Can't wait.
Well.
Yep. Cheers, Fitz. Now, guys, you can subscribe or leave a review on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel. Full video versions of the poddies go up there. Hit those notification bells so you know when another one is uploaded. There's heaps going around the Knights, especially with this run into the 8. You can catch up on everything on the club's website and social media channels. Follow at NRL Knights. We'd also like to thank our sponsor, Maxwell Recruitment and Training, for bringing you another episode of the podcast. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. We'll see you on the next one.
Thanks, boys.
Absolutely.